attribute some sort of racist to the name of our black. But reminding, I'm really calling club, their name.
That's a very nice mask you have.
Thank you.
How do you feel about today?
Really sad. Hoping that they will change their decision.
Were you consulted about the name change by Green King?
No. In fact, I was there with Martin and the others for the meeting, and I myself have told Green King it's a very bad decision to change the name, because this is about the history. This has got nothing to do with racism or nothing to do with the name. But they didn't want to listen to us.
I think the turnout's quite impressive given the weather. I was expecting tall men in a dug, to use a proverbial term, but it shows the strength of feeling in the town that they've came out on such an absolutely miserable day just to say how much they dislike this choice of change. Changing from the Black Bitch was mad, but changing to the Willow Tree, which represents the Reform Act that Green King himself opposed, just seems ludicrous. I've got a meeting coming up week after next with Nick McKenzie of Green King, and I'll be putting the points that the town has raised with me to him then. It's not over till it's over, and we carry on.
I think it's a good turnout given the very bad weather. It just shows the strength of the feeling in the town. No. I'm a member of the Folk Festival Association who use the pub a lot, and we weren't consulted at all. And we've written to them and never got a specific response to anything we've raised with them.
I've lived in Alaska all my life. I'm proud of the history. And when I worked in the pub, people didn't come in looking to see why we were calling it the Black Bitch. They were interested to come in and hear the story, hear the legend, then sit and have a drink and join in with the players.
It's definitely nothing to do with racism at all. It's a black bitch, it's a black dog. It's just incredible what they're trying to do, especially to the whole town. It's been our emblem for so many years, 700 years I believe, and they've just came along and they're ripping the heart out of the town. It's just not on.
Today is just amazing considering the weather. It just shows the strength of feeling for this proposed change of name. It's not right. It just isn't right for the town. The Black Bitch, it's a female dog. It's everywhere in the town. Lots of organisations have it as their emblem. And for people to turn out in this horrible Sunday afternoon, it just shows you how important it is that we keep this name, the Black Bitch, on the pub. If you're going to start taking this one down, where does it end? And we can't have that. It's the history of the town, and don't take away our history. It's just too important to us.
Well, it's like I say, it's our history. Why does somebody want to change our history?
Tourist trade, yeah. Because the Black Bitch certainly brings a lot of people in. And my worry is now, is the statue now going to be targeted, and is it going to be taken away? You know, it's just not racist. There was no racist problem until Green King came and stirred this up, without a doubt. So.
I think in the long term, because people don't know the pub until they come here, and then they see on the lampposts on various places and the statue of the Black Bitch, and they ask somebody, oh, what's this about the Black Bitch? Oh, well, if you go up to the Black Bitch pub at the other end of town, there's a big story and a picture on the wall, and that'll tell you everything. But it belongs to Linlithgow, and centuries the story's been told. It might not be right, it might be a hunting dog, but we like the story of the Black Bitch saving its master.
I feel as though we're banging against deaf ears, you know. I think they've made up their mind, but the town's definitely not just going to sit back and just let them take over. They're going to fight to the end to try and get this put back, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. They're a huge company, you know, so I don't know. It's just going to be so difficult. But they've been doing it all over the country, I believe, taking names and changing them, just for their own good. But they're not going down well in this town anyway, that's for sure.
Well, I think it besmirches the name of the town to a certain extent, that we have been dragged into something that's got nothing to do with us. It's the suggestion of racism for us symbol that's got nothing to do with that, and it's just, these kind of things stick, and it's something that we just don't want. So unnecessary.
What level do we take this to?
As far as we can go, but it is difficult. It's just one step at a time, really. Hopefully the MP speaking to their chief executive will achieve something. We'll put a lot of hope in that.
Thanks.
I mean, I don't think they're going to listen to reason. So I think we're going through all the stages to have exhausted everything, and I think it will come down to people pressure and an economic decision.
You feel a bit buoyed by what's happening here today?
Yeah, I think so many people coming out in such appalling weather is testament to the strength of feeling.
And how far do we take it?
I don't know. But if there's a protest, I'll be here.
Okay, thanks.
But yeah, I mean, what we've got here today, it was terrible weather. We were going to have the pipes and drums here as well, but we still managed to get a really good support out here on the day. And we're stepping up the campaign a wee bit now. We're fed up being totally ignored by this crowd. The Green King have just, as usual, stonewalled us. They've come along and said, we're changing the name of your pub. They gave this idea that there was going to be some sort of consultation, but it didn't suit them. So they've just told us, we're changing the name of the pub. It's going to become the Willow Tree, and that's where we're bringing in the boycott. People will now vote with their feet. They've ignored the 12,000 signatures on that petition, just completely ignored it. But they can't ignore feet leaving the pub and people leaving the pubs. And we're asking the people of Scotland to get behind us and say, this is Scottish history, this is Linlithgow's history, and this company have not taken any recognition of what is behind the name, and that's what's really annoying us now. There was a good consensus around here that we would keep the boycott going. We would start to put an email campaign together, get back to the press, and just let Green King know this is not going away. We are going to continue the fight until they recognise the people in Linlithgow are not in agreement with them. And the other thing is, this idea that it's offensive affects the livelihood in Linlithgow. There are people here who make a living from the tourist trade, and they have quaiths with the black bitch, they have whisky glasses with the black bitch. People buy that stuff out of their shops. If they tarnish it with this offensive notion, then these people are going to lose their livelihood. It's bigger than just a name of a pub. It's Linlithgow's heritage.